Alrighty, I'm over here across the street from the Land Trust office. There's Theseus. And this here is a clump of powdery alligator flag, Thalia dealbata, which is at the corner of this ditch over here where they're building the new Catholic church. And they've got this little pond here, this little ditch corner over here that's got this clump of Thalia dealbata, and there's another one right there. And the reason why I'm over here looking at stuff is because of this. See how these leaves are all ate up? It's like that across most of these. The thing that's doing that is the Brazilian skipper. And here we have a big, fat, honkin' Brazilian skipper caterpillar. These things are real interesting in that they're gigantic. I mean, look at this thing. It is just radical looking. It's translucent. You can see all of the respiratory canals in the body leading from the tracheids on the side of the body. Those are little white dots. The white lines are all respiratory channels that distribute oxygen throughout the body of this animal. And this is crazy. I mean, look at the size of this thing. That's my thumb. And that's the caterpillar. That's bigger than a monarch or a black swallowtail. This is a skipper. The butterfly is about the size of the second segment of my thumb. And that's a caterpillar. What they do is they roll these leaves and they sit in here and they eat away at the edge, like you can see. And this guy he's right about the pupae, and I think I disturbed him a little bit. But pupae look like give me a second. This. This is already hatched one. There's a little spider down in there, I think. No, that's part of the pupae. So yeah. So these are not a common skipper in South Carolina. However, they are quite common in Florida. And here down on the coast, there are a few populations that are permanent. But I think these came up from Florida again. We had a massive outbreak 2 years ago, and there were Brazilian skippers everywhere. Every year, they reproduce in Florida year-round, and then in the spring, they move further north, and then with each brood, they get a little bit farther up in latitude until the frost comes, kills them all back to Florida, and then they do the same thing again. It's quite interesting. And I'm going to go over here this button bush and see if I can see any adults, because these are a crepuscular butterfly and they are most active in the morning and the evening. So I'm interested to see if there are any out here, and there is. There's one right there, wherever it just went. And I thought I just saw one over here on this button bush, but I may have been mistaken. It may have been a clouded skipper. Anyway, this over here is Cephalanthus occidentalis. This is buttonbush, which is a really cool wetland shrub and a very great nectar plant. And this is what I'm suspecting the Brazilian skippers are visiting with the most frequency. Right in there. I don't know how well you can make that out, but we have a pupa. This one is in just such a position that I can break it open and it won't harm pupae much. But there you go. Little tiny chalky green pupa. That will become our Brazilian skipper. And that's just nestled right down in here in the middle of the leaf. And they stick it together with these threads and it forms a little protective umbrella. Protects them. And he'll be just fine like that. So yeah, these all look to be right at all the caterpillars I'm seeing appear to be at their terminal instar. They're like days away from pupating. Like that big sucker I just pulled out over here, wherever he was. There he is. He's running away. I don't know what he's doing. He's over there peeing or something. And I just saw another one over there, and we got a pupa. And all the smaller stuff I'm seeing doesn't seem to have anything in it. That just has spider in it. Down over here, nothing in there. Let's peek in there. Another big fat caterpillar in there. So that's 3 big fat caterpillars. This looks promising. This looks to be a smaller one. Oh, no, that's another pupa. So I got 2 pupas, 3 caterpillars. I don't know if I can get in there. It's a bit boggy. But that right there is another one. That's another one. So that appears to all be the same. So these are all right before a new brood of butterflies. So I had 1 fresh butterfly, 3 juicy caterpillars, 2 pupae, and 1... I got another one back in there. So at least 1 more caterpillar, I think. And then those are either pupae or caterpillars. I'm going to say that that is a pupa and that is probably a caterpillar. So we'll go with 3 pupae and 5 caterpillars and 1 adult. So that's a pretty good haul, especially considering this is a not particularly common butterfly. And the reason why we have it here is because we've got this Thalia. And this is technically a native plant, but really this stuff is only ever planted as an ornamental. The same goes with cannas. Cannas are technically native, but you don't really see native wild cannas anywhere. They're pretty much always planted as an ornamental. So that's it. I just want to share you a little bit about the life cycle of a Brazilian skipper and point out this cool little patch I have over here. Here, I'll help you, little guy. They don't like being exposed and open to the air like this because they're big, fat, and juicy. So he's gonna climb on over here onto this leaf, hopefully. Then he's gonna make another little silky pocket where he can hide out. Because he's probably just about pupaed. I don't think he's gonna eat anymore. Come on, hurry up, you little bugger. The eagle has landed. Alright, time out.